All right, guys, Pacquiao Broner is over. It's the Parley TLO Kendall Gill. And before we talk about the theatrics of Adrien Broner at the end of this fight, let's just talk about the fight real quick.
Okay.
Manny Pacquiao wins by majority decision. He holds the title at welterweight, the WBA belt. And Broner now is 3-3-1 in his last 7 fights.
But it'll be 7-0 against you.
That wouldn't mean much.
That wouldn't mean much. Right.
If y'all didn't see the end of the post-fight interviews, man, Jim Gray owned Adrien Broner. That's what you got to do. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. But Pacquiao, again, in this fight, he pretty much outboxes Adrien Broner. We saw some spots of brilliance with Adrien in regards to counter punching kind of towards the end of the fight, and probably round 2 or 3. But pretty much, Broner couldn't hold. He couldn't find a way to beat Pacquiao, and he was very non-aggressive.
Well, he couldn't find a way to beat Manny Pacquiao, and the thing is, he only came with really 2 punches. That being the straight right, which was very effective, and the left hook. So once Manny Pacquiao made the adjustment to those punches, then the fight was virtually over. I only had Adrien Broner winning 2 rounds. I thought that Adrien Broner was going to get stopped in this fight, so I got to give him, and I hate to give credit to Adrien Broner, but I have to give him credit for having a very good chin. I felt that Manny Pacquiao tested his chin twice, and the second time I felt that was a shot that was the same shot actually that knocked out Ricky Hatton.
Right.
But it didn't knock out Adrien Broner, so you got to give him credit for having a good chin. But you know, at this point, I feel like Adrien Broner is just a gatekeeper. You know, talented, out of this world. However, just doesn't mentally have enough to move to the next level as being an elite fighter. As we were talking about off camera, whenever he faced that test, Mikey Garcia, Marcus Maidana, Manny Pacquiao, all top-level fighters, he loses. Sean Porter included in that group. He loses. So, you know, that's what Adrien Broner is. I mean, and I don't know about you, but I think this is the last time we're going to see him in a major fight.
Yeah, major fight, baby. He'll headline an event, not to this magnitude, obviously, but Adrien, you know, with his mouth, I'm sure he can get something in regards to a main event. But in regards to this fight against Pacquiao, the discrepancy in body punches, it was 47 body punches to Manny Pacquiao to Broner's 3.
Right.
You would think you were in the fight, and it could be different when you're in the fight, and obviously us from the outside. You would think you are losing the fight. You should probably be a little more aggressive, maybe start pushing the action a little bit. And he just thought by running around the ring, he was winning. I mean, there's no way. There was just obviously no way, and the copy box didn't lie either.
Right, and at the end of the fight, Adrien Broner put on this big old fiasco like, yeah, I know I beat that boy. I won. Well, no, you didn't, man.
Bro.
You ran. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot win a fight by running. And actually, I thought when Adrien Broner stood his ground, he actually did better in the fight than he did when he was running away. But, you know, he must have tasted Manny's power early. Then he was like, yo, I cannot stand here with this man. And that's the reason why he continued to move and get on his bicycle.
And Manny was very cautious too. Manny knew that he couldn't go in all crazy. He had to pick his spots. He did really well in that. And Manny showed a little age. So he's 40 maybe? Or did he look the same to you?
No,
we're looking at the highlights right now.
We're looking at the highlights, but still, Manny showed a little bit of age. You know, not as quick on his feet, but he could still do it. But you got to give him credit. He's 40 years old and being a man in his prime who's 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
At 40 years old, that is tough to do. I can tell you from being a professional basketball player, at 40 years old, it's almost virtually impossible to beat a guy that's 28 years old. You know, and that's what Manny Pacquiao just did.
He sure did. We'll see what happens. Pacquiao does win, and they asked Floyd after the fight if he wanted to fight, and Floyd said nothing. Just sat there and said nothing.
Consummate businessman.
We shall see. Who will see maybe part 2, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Who knows? But Manny can hang in this division, man.
He can hang in this division. I like to see him. I like to see him square off with some of the top guys in the division. You got Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, who used to be his sparring partner.
Yeah.
So you got a number of fights out there that Manny could test himself. Can he beat those guys? I don't know, but I really want to see what happens.
We'll see. ParlayShow.com. Don't forget to visit our social media and comment on this video. Who do you think won the fight? And who will Manny face next? It's the parlay. Let's go spar.
All right, baby.